Bom dia, gente. This is Frederick from Porto, Portugal. Today, I would like to make a very difficult, dangerous, emotional video. I have to be careful. This might put my marriage into danger, my application for citizenship, my professional life. I don't know. Today, I would like to give my opinion about Portuguese food. Portugal is probably, or not probably, I have to admit, it's the best country when it comes to food. But there are also maybe some typical dishes that you like or don't like. And here are my 5 dishes that I really like in Portugal, or typical dishes that I like in Portugal. And 5 dishes that I think are not so good in Portugal. Again, I'm talking about not the maybe the general food, but I'm talking really typical food in Portugal. I like a lot of fish, for example, but that's something you guys can also eat in other places. My favorite dish, for example, it's chocos. I love chocos, but still, it's something you can also maybe find somewhere else. The way they're done, but I would like to give my personal point of view of food that is typical Portuguese and that I like or don't like. Number one of the food that I think it's really great in Portugal, it's papas de sarrabulho. It's a stew that is made out of pork meat, beef, sausages, just in a different form, lemon, cumin or cumin, I don't know how it's pronounced, and pork blood. I love it. I could eat it every day. I think it's a great food from Portugal, and definitely one of my favorites when it comes to foods in Portugal. Number 2, when you come to Portugal, you definitely also have to try bacalhau. They bring it from Norway, but still a very typical Portuguese dish. There are 1,000 or over 1,000 ways to do the bacalhau. I prefer the simple way. Just grill it, bacalhau grelhado, with a lot of olive oil. Best thing in the world. I don't know how you like your bacalhau. Leave it in the comments, but for me it's one of the best dishes that you can eat in Portugal. Number 3 of my favorite foods, and I think that's something you definitely have to try if you're vegetarian. Sorry, not for you. It's Cozido a Portuguesa. I think it's a great dish. It's also a stew which has a lot of vegetables. It has cabbages, potatoes, carrots, turnips, rice, meat. It has chicken, pork, ribs, bacon, trotters, smoked sausages like chorizo, farinheiras, morcelas. Very rich. It sounds quite heavy. It's also a little bit heavy, but if you drink it with red wine, a perfect combination. Best dish you can eat when it's also a little bit colder outside. If you're in Portugal and if you're a meat eater, definitely try Cozido. It's one of the best dishes from my point of view, really my personal point of view, that you can eat in Portugal. Number 4 of typical dishes that are my favorites in Portugal. The 4th one is more a dessert. It's called Aletria. It's made of slim spaghetti. I just looked it up. Vermicelli. I hope I pronounced it right. If I didn't, correct me please in the comments. It's a dish with a lot of milk. It sounds maybe a little bit weird, but you definitely have to try it. I think it's more a private dish. I didn't see it so often in restaurants, but still, if you have a chance, I think that's one of the best, not the best, but one of the favorite dishes that I have in Portugal. Number 5 of my favorite typical Portuguese dishes is Tripas à moda do Porto. It's cow stomach with meat, beans, a sauce, and usually served with rice. I love it. Probably also something that you rather eat when it's a little bit colder. Great dish, very delicious. Sounds a little bit weird if you think, wow, cow stomach. Try it when you're in Portugal or in Porto. I promise you, you will not regret it because it's a great dish. Okay, when it comes to the 5 dishes that I don't like so much, first of all, don't be so hard on me. It's my personal point of view, and really my personal point of view. There are some dishes that I really don't like, not at all, and there are some dishes that I think they're okay, but when you compare to the hype that is made out of them, I don't really understand why. So the scale is not really just bad. It's bad from my point of view, and things where I think they're okay, but really the branding doesn't really fit the dish. Number 1, and that's really I don't like, it's Bolo Rei, the king cake. I don't know why it's served for Christmas. I haven't even seen a Portuguese really liking it. If you like it, please leave it in the comments. It's a cake, has more or less the shape of a giant donut. Kind of sweet, but it has a lot of nuts, a lot of dry food, which I really don't like at all. Maybe it's because of that. But from my personal view, a Bolo Rei is really I don't like when it comes to food in Portugal. Number 2, Carne porco Alentejana. Pork meat, Alentejo style. It's a mixture of pork cubes, potato cubes, clams, and in most cases a lot of coriander. I don't know why you mix pork meat with clams. A lot of people like it, but I like seafood. I also like pork meat, but the mixture doesn't really fit my style. Number 3, Bifanas no pão. And this probably already will get me in trouble. It's something very typical in Porto, I think also in other regions in the north. It's pork meat, it's kind of flat, it's cooked in a sauce, and it's served in white wheat bread rolls. I think the Portuguese cuisine has a lot to offer. It's one of the cases where I think, okay, what's the hype about? It's okay, but it's not really one of my favorite foods in Portugal. Number 4, Frango piripiri, chicken with hot sauce. It's widely known. A lot of people, when they go to a churrasqueira, they order frango piripiri. It's chicken with hot sauce. It's okay, but it doesn't really represent, from my point of view, what the Portuguese kitchen is capable of. So that's one of my... It's okay to eat, but really not one of my favorite dishes in Portugal. Number 5, and that's an okay dish for me, but still I don't really get the hype, and now I will probably ruin everything that I built up in Portugal. I'm talking about francesinhas. Francesinhas, it's a specialty in the north. It's okay to eat. It's basically a toast with cheese, with sausages, meat, maybe an egg on top of it. It's served in a lot of special sauces around this francesinha dish with French fries. I can eat it, but I don't really understand why it's so hyped. It's really one of my don't like or don't understand why it's so hyped in Portugal. These were my 5 top dishes and top 5 don't like, don't understand the hype dishes. What are your favorite dishes? Please leave them in the comments. If you liked the video, subscribe us, and don't forget, stop surviving, start living. See you in Portugal.